Hi, welcome back to PennLive.com. We're the Fantasy Football Insider crew. This is Jeremy Elliott. I'm Dustin Hockensmith, tackling a video segment today. It's the Dallas Cowboys quarterback situation. Tony Romo, a compressed fracture in his back, looks to be out. The initial timetable was 6 to 10 weeks. Dak Prescott has been phenomenal in the preseason. He's the rookie, a fourth-round pick from Mississippi State. 39 out of 50 in the preseason, scored 2 rushing touchdowns, thrown 5 passing touchdowns. He's been dynamic. You're never quite sure how that carries over into the regular season when opposing coaches will game plan for him. So there are questions that he has to answer, but people are very excited about Dak Prescott. And Tony Romo, not his first injury, not his first back injury. So I believe that there's reason to think that we don't see him again in 2016. Prescott has been surging up draft boards. So what do we make of this situation? How do you approach it in drafts?
I like it. I think you can get Dak Prescott down at 12th, 13th, 14th round. I think he's Russell Wilson light. And that's pretty high praise. And you know me, I don't give high praise very often. He has that combination of being able to pull it down and run. He's not the speediest guy, but he's quick and he's elusive. I like some of the things he did against Seattle's defense, which was against their first team. I just think Dak Prescott is the future. I wouldn't be surprised if Tony Romo does not play in a Dallas uniform again. I think he needs to evaluate that. And Dak Prescott, I liked him coming out of college, and I like him with Dallas. He has a lot of weapons. He has a good offensive line in front of him, which is important when you're a young quarterback.
In a perfect world, Dak Prescott will be drafted as a third quarterback on rosters where you need a third quarterback. To have him as a second quarterback when you go into the year with no guarantee that he will be a starter beyond, say, week 6, I don't think is a wise idea, but there's reason to be excited. Russell Wilson is a terrific comparison because I see a little bit of that same it factor. And when you're talking about rookie quarterbacks, the ability to run essentially downplays the risk in them because they can make plays and they can contribute numbers where other more standard drop back quarterbacks can't. That's what Dak Prescott brings to the table. I still value him as a quarterback 3, a high upside quarterback 3. So there's potential for more, but there's too much risk involved to really lean on him in a valuable position on your roster. Also, in a perfect world, add Tony Romo in the late rounds and IR him if you can.
Well, and I agree with you, but just to piggyback that, I like him as a QB too, and the reason I do is because of his elusiveness, his ability to run. And if Dallas is, say, 6-2, you can't bring Tony Romo back into that situation. You have to go with Dak Prescott, especially if his numbers are good.
All kinds of possibilities here. That's Jeremy Elliott. I'm Dustin Hockensmith, going over several of the possibilities with Dak Prescott and Tony Romo here for Fantasy Football Insider on PennLive.com. Check us out more, PennLive.com/fantasy football, and email us, fantasyfootball@PennLive.com.